The Greedy Squirrel and the Storm. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived a little squirrel named Brownie, known for being clever, but cursed with a terrible flaw. Greed. Brownie always wanted more acorns than anyone else, even though his storage was already overflowing. Whenever autumn came, Brownie would dash around collecting acorns, hiding them in tree holes, under roots, and in secret spots only he knew. He believed the more acorns he had, the warmer and happier his winter would be. One morning, before the sun had fully risen, Brownie overheard two field mice chatting under an old tree. One said, "I heard there is a giant chestnut tree near the stream with nuts, twice the size of normal ones." Brownie's eyes lit up, his heart pounded, and in his mind echoed just one thing: big nuts. So many nuts. He decided he had to get there before anyone else. Brownie raced through the grass, leaped over rocky paths, skipped breakfast. Didn't rest. He only thought of the enormous stash that would soon be his. When he arrived, it was true. The chestnut tree was huge, its branches heavy with leaves, and the ground was covered in shiny nuts. Brownie jumped for joy, grinning from ear to ear. He began scooping up nut after nut, stuffing his cheeks full, running to hide them in a hollow and racing back for more. All day long, he worked like this. By sunset, his storage hole was bursting, yet the ground was still littered with nuts. Brownie thought, not enough. I must take them all, so no one else gets any. He kept at it until nightfall, his stomach empty, his body weary, but his greed stronger than hunger. Suddenly, a fierce wind blew. The sky turned black. Thunder roared. Brownie froze, but instead of stopping, he tried to grab a few more nuts when crack. A heavy branch broke and crashed right beside him. Terrified, Brownie bolted, but his foot caught on a root and he tumbled hard. The nuts in his cheeks scattered everywhere. Rain poured down in sheets, and water from the stream rose fast. Brownie panicked, searching for shelter, but he had wandered too far, forgetting the way home. Shivering, soaked, and starving, he curled up under a bush, thinking of his overflowing stash he couldn't reach. Tears welled up as he whispered, "If only I hadn't been so greedy." That night, he endured the cold and hunger with nothing but regret. When morning came and Brownie finally found his way back, he saw disaster. The flood had swept away almost his entire stockpile. All those hours, all that effort, and what remained were a few broken nuts floating in the mud. Brownie sat silently, his tears mixing with the damp earth, and one thought rang clear. If I had known enough was enough, I wouldn't have lost everything. From that day, Brownie changed. He no longer hoarded mindlessly. Whenever he found plenty, he left some for others. That winter, although he didn't have a mountain of nuts, his heart was warm because friends came by to share and laugh together. His story spread through the forest, and everyone reminded each other, don't be greedy, because greed will make you lose more than you gain. The lesson is simple. In life, contentment is the real wealth, and greed only leads to loss and loneliness.